Happy holidays, everyone. All right. Welcome back to the Telling Podcast offline, wherever you're watching this on YouTube or on Instagram. I am Nate Lawson. Most of you guys know who I am. I do the Telling Podcast. I'm also my own podcast offline, and I also am the director of both Boy from LA and Fast Track. I'm also the co-owner of the Telling Network, along with Nathan Garcia, which couldn't be here today with me. But I'm here today to talk to you about a few new things that we are going to be doing with a few more people. As you've seen on Instagram or on X, wherever you get our content, you saw that we closed the Telling Entertainment briefly. So today I'm going to tell you why we did it. So the Telling Entertainment. Some people don't know what it is, some people do. Basically, it's our streaming service that is free to you guys right now, that you guys can go and watch all of our content, every single part, all of it. Nothing is excluded from it. Everything is on there for free to watch. You guys can go watch Boy from LA. You can go watch the Telling Studio. You can go watch some other stuff that is coming now. For example, we just launched a new partnership with Baby Go in the Works. We also launched a partnership with my company, Beat Law Productions, and we've also expanded our partnership with DK Productions and Meridian Pictures. A lot of you guys like watching Meridian Pictures, such as watching the jet videos of him going in on the jets, learning how to become a fighter pilot. You also like watching the story of Roro, about the horses. We also have some new videos from my stuff, where I have sports videos from Salem Hills boys water polo and girls water polo. We also are going to have some more football videos, such as the San Juan Hills football team versus Aliso and versus Shabugo Hills. Those will now be on the Telling Entertainment Sports, part of the Telling Studio that have filmed it along with me and Nathan Garcia. We are doing stuff with Baby Go in the Works, which will be explained by Jesse himself in a few minutes. But I'm going to talk about Beat Law Productions. Beat Productions is my company. I produce offline. I also produce some of my other stuff, like I do weddings. I also do photography. I also shoot some sports videos, such as water polo. I do track. I do swimming. I do football. And I'm going to be doing way more now that I have this partnership, because I have a spot for my content. Instead of being on my Instagram, I have a spot for it to be known. My goal is to have my portfolio basically moved from my Instagram to the Telling Entertainment for people to actually go and watch and listen to, from the photos and small videos, like small little short videos that I made in my video production class, such as my airplane video having a little flying airplane, or my pencil commercial that I made in my video production class. We are going to have the main event from San Juan Hills also featured on the Telling Entertainment. We will also be having offline my podcast. There will be a video version coming soon, but right now we are going to be having the audio episodes on there, and those will also be available on my YouTube as well. But talking about DK Productions, we will have all of his short films on there, and same with all of Baby Go in the Works. We also have new episodes from other shows, and we're also having new content coming out very soon. We have new content from other small creators that I have personally found on Instagram or TikTok. Some people you've seen, some people you have not, but that's the goal, for you guys to come and see new content that you don't see every day from the big companies such as like Netflix or Hulu. You don't see those every day, but I'm gonna make a personal spotlight for them on our page, such as we have a new film called Nothing Except Everything. That film was filmed by a small creator on Instagram. He had no idea what prospect of his film would be. He filmed this for a bunch of award shows that he decided to do. It was about a high schooler that was struggling about the concept of math and how life was. It'd be better if I just showed you a trailer of it or a portion of it. I think that'd be better to do.
I did. On God. Yeah, do that again.
Quick, think of number 1 to 10. Yes, you. All of you in the audience right now. Or maybe it's just one of you. Or 4 of you, or 100 of you, depending on how successful this movie is. Whatever. Just think of a number 1 to 10. Got it? Is it 7? Chances are I'm wrong, but for about 1 out of every 3 of you, I just blew your goddamn mind. But 1 out of 3? Not 1 out of 10? How is that possible?
And that is now going to be featured on the Telling Entertainment. And it is now a dedicated spot for you to watch these small creators grow bigger and bigger to get through the industry like we are going to be doing. Such as through the industry, our partnership with Prime Video is now expanding even more to where you will be able to see all of our TV shows and movies coming to Prime Video, such as you will be able to see Money Travels, Boy from LA, and Fast Track taken on the Speedway. Those 3 will be for sure on Prime Video, and I'm very excited to see how you guys get to watch it on your TVs at home today. Let's hear a word from Baby Go in the Works about his opinion on how he's going to be coming into the Telling Entertainment.
Hi, my name is Jesse Nunez, and I am president of Baby Goat in the Works. You may know me for most of my time in Boy from LA as Isaiah Torres, but a lot of the stuff behind the scene is me writing Fast Track, which is great, and it's gonna come out very soon. And stay tuned at the end of this video for the release date of that. It's truly a wonder because I never thought I would be making all this stuff for you, and I couldn't do it with all the help people who I do this with. Nate and everyone else behind the scenes too. Let's not get all into names here, but there is plenty of people who we work with to make this all possible, and even people that we bring onto the website, as Nate was telling us. I'm going to be able to make a lot more content now that I'm partnering with the people that we have here. Most of my content will definitely focus more on gritty and scary stuff, because that's personally stuff that I like to indulge in, as in watching and just entertaining myself with. So I definitely want to do that in the content I show, and I will soon have horror content, and you could also see on things that I also currently am working on. Fast Track, I am the main writer and the narrator of that, so it's a truly just an experience to just be able to write stuff and have all of you guys watch it. And Boy from LA will still be continuing as we continue with our other projects too, so don't worry, because that will be coming, still being written and still being developed as we speak. There is a lot of other content that I've made before all this. It was some school projects I've made before. They will also be on the new Telling website called The Slice of Life Adventures of Oswald. And it is pretty funny. It's more just a fake trailer stuff, but it does dive into the things I want to make regarding more scarier, just deeper things. And I really think that will be enjoyable, at least for me to make and for you to watch.
All right, thank you, Jesse. All right, guys. So Baby Go in the Works is one of our new partners for the Telling Entertainment. His stuff will also be on his own little thing too. He has his own Instagram now. He's a partner company of us, so a lot of his stuff is produced by us as well. But his stuff is very much created by himself, with the work of some of the other people. We have Chanel to also thank with the Boy from LA production, and we have Nathan also helping us with it. Daniel also helping with the management of a lot of the content we have. And thank you to all of our designers for all of the logos and other graphics that are also going to be coming up on this video. So for the changes to why we had to close the site for a little bit is because we made a really big change. We switched providers, and the site, I personally feel like I really hated the site after looking at it for a bit. It was really not user friendly. It was very complex on how to use. So we kind of threw that in the garbage. Basically, we found a new site. We created a new UI meaning basically new look. As you see up on the screen right now, it looks like Netflix because it's supposed to look like Netflix. We designed it to be very, very referenceable, meaning that it looks like something you normally use. We don't want it to be like, oh, you have to go out of your way to do it. We want this to be an app that's just like on your phone when you like go into Safari and then you click add to your homepage. That is something we want you guys to feel comfortable in doing. We want this to look like an actual app. That will be also coming soon, though. Later to be announced. We will be having our own app being released. It will look identical to this, and it will be just as good, and it will be as fast, and it will be on the App Store and the Google Play Store. But that is also soon to be coming, because right now we want you guys to just enjoy what we have right now. Because it's Christmas, we're going to be giving out a few things for you guys to look forward to. Starting with some key things to look forward to in this video will be when the new site will go live, when Fast Track the release date, when the Fast Track release date will be released, and when Boy from LA will be coming soon. Basically, what the time period will that be? Because we are producing this show by episode. We're not shooting it one season. We're doing it by episode to see how you guys like it, to see what we can improve on. We also have some new shows coming soon, and we also have new partners with the site. Like I mentioned earlier, for new partners, we had Nothing Is Everything. It's a romance kind of comedy. Also, it dives into high school kind of vibes, because that's what also is our majority viewers, because I was a high school student, so is everybody on our crew was a high school student. We're a very young crew and a very young company. That's why our audience is also very young, but also reaches to around a 28-35-ish range. We also have the grandparents that watch as well, and some of the parents that watch us too. But we also have viewers from other countries. That's why I'm happy to announce that the Telling Entertainment will be available to be streamed and watched in major countries, such as the United Kingdom, now in Russia, and in China, and in Brazil. Those will be our new spots, and we'll also be working on language translations with our new partner, Unify. Unify is a new translation software that allows us to translate all of our captions to make it more user-friendly for people that don't speak English. Because let's think about it. English is the #1 language that is spoken around the world. But you have Portuguese, Spanish, you have Russian, Chinese, Japanese. You have a bunch of other languages that don't get it's just wasted time that we could be having other people listen to our content that could be interested. Like Boy from LA in Spanish. That's coming. We also have Fast Track will also be available in Russian. That would be cool to listen to Jesse talk in Russian. I know he's excited. He's excited for that one. That's gonna be coming soon. It's not gonna be the audio translations. It's gonna be the caption translations. We used to be only doing the captions for just English. We barely did those, but we're gonna be doing more captions for other languages. We are also gonna be starting up the Telling podcast and the My Offline podcast again. My Offline podcast, in case people didn't know, is called Online to Offline. My online life, meaning that what I post online to what I share that isn't on those posts. Like, say I post my high school graduations, I didn't talk about you don't know what happened. So in the Offline podcast, I will be explaining 10 minutes per the episode on what happened throughout my week, showing, like, say Monday I went to the beach, I'll talk about that, or a strange event that happened at the beach. Say a kid got ran over by a train, I'll talk about that, how tragic it is. We'll also be talking, I'm also going to be talking about bringing people on. Say I went to Disneyland with Nathan. He'll come on, he'll say a few words, and then he'll leave off back onto the Telling podcast where he lives. We will also be continuing the Telling podcast. The Telling podcast has changed our company a lot. From the beginning of it, where we were just filming this on Zoom. Right now we have professional grade audio equipment with professional grade cameras and microphones. We are very much improved, and we are very much ready to start making quality content. The content will be changing slightly. It will not be changing completely, but you will get a different tone from us, meaning that our episodes will make more sense. Because I know when people have been coming on recently, they've been noticing that we've only been talking about our business side of stuff, which people aren't really interested in from what I've been seeing. People don't care that I spent half an hour on a single post that only got 8 likes on Instagram for the Telling Network. Who cares? I'm going to talk about stuff that has happened. It's going to be like my offline podcast, but longer on the Time podcast. But we're going to be talking about stuff. We're going to be guests again. You're going to be having new guests that you've never seen before. People that you don't even know. They're not influencers. They're just people that we know. That's why we're telling you about it. The Telling podcast. We will be bringing on other older guests that have been on before. I'm not going to release those names yet because we have not released a date of when the Telling podcast will be resuming. It'll be resuming in 2024. Beginning of January, you will be starting to see episodes 2 times a week. We will be continuing that. Those episodes will be around 45 minutes to an hour. As you remember, the last season was kind of hard for us because we started bumping into Boy From LA. Boy From LA, we were spending so much time that we kind of forgot about everything else we were doing. Boy From LA has changed the network drastically. It was a new experience for us to have a scripted film with a bunch of kids making a series about a criminal in Southern California and how life has changed for him when he was caught by Nathan Garcia playing as a detective or commanding officer, how Jesse was playing Isaiah Torres as Boy From LA. He is the Boy From LA. How we have a girl from LA now that is also in there, Marie Aviles. So the Telling Network has changed a lot, and it's only getting better. If you've been sticking around since the beginning of it, when you saw my baby face on these cameras through my webcam, it's changed a lot. Like, we have drastically improved. We have more content than I have ever thought we were going to be. I thought we were just going to be a simple podcast that was just going to be fun during COVID, but now we are going to be something bigger. We have our own streaming service, for Christ's sake. Like, we're getting somewhere. We have partnerships with Prime. We have partnerships with other small companies. We're working with people. Like, we're getting somewhere, and if you want to join us or start doing stuff with us, or if you want to just come watch the content, go sign up at thetelling.net and watch the content. Trust me. Some of it's bad, some of it's actually pretty good. Some of it's something I actually watch. I've caught myself on the website for a little bit just watching the content and realized, oh, I should be working on the website. Simple mistake, right? But that's when I realized that my retention is better than how it was on the last website. How the last website, where it took you 17 clicks to find Boy From LA, and how it took like a long time to get the video playback, and you would only watch in 180p. Now you get to watch in a higher resolution, and you also get to watch in a more comfortable, I'd say, website space. You won't have many things to look at. You will have a description, you'll have stuff like that that's popping up on the screen right now. You'll have the video. It's going to be run through YouTube, so you guys recognize it. It's not that hard to use, from what I've been told, because everybody uses YouTube. I don't know a single person that doesn't. But if you don't know, we have an FAQ page on there now that teaches you how to use YouTube. You press the play button, guys. It's simple, but people struggle with it, but people can find our FAQ page somehow. The Telling Entertainment is a new project for us that's been kind of just improving drastically every year. We first started with our information website, just to have a little website for information. Then we kind of started going into the streaming. Now we're 100% into the streaming, and now we're trying to build small creators into big creators. Like, we're not big creators, we're big small creators. Big dreams, small creations. If that makes any sense, you can like the video. If that doesn't make sense, you can comment, and then we will respond to the comments and we'll answer them. This video will be responding to all comments. If you're listening on Spotify or an Apple Podcast, we'll write a review, and we'll guarantee we will read that review, and then we will respond to that, and we'll say it is like this, or we'll respond to it in the podcast. We also take Q&As as well. We'll be doing Q&As on the Telling Studio now, where if you have a question about the Telling Podcast, or like you have a question about me or Garcia or Jesse or somebody on the crew, we can answer it, and we'll be answering them occasionally when you guys have questions. Moving on to Fast Track. A lot of people have been seeing Fast Track. A lot of people don't know what Fast Track is. Fast Track is our new documentary. It's a documentary about NASCAR driving, featuring a bunch of racers from Irwindale Speedway. We will be talking to many people from there, and we're going to be showing different parts of how NASCAR has changed. More from that will be from Jesse, because he is the writer of it.
Hey, back to me. Okay, so we're going to talk about Fast Track and our news about that. All right. So the grand reveal is that Fast Track comes on February 7th, 2024. All right. That is the very near future, so you got to wait. Just be patient a little bit, but just trust me, it's going to be worth it. We spent a lot of time on it, and the effort on it was really great, fun, and exciting. And I can tell you a little bit of the process of making that. So, we had a person on the inside who invited us to come onto the track, and it was really, at first we were skeptical, but then the ideas start turning, ideas keep flowing, and eventually it just lifted us to go do it. And he's like, this would be like our first like grand movie. It's kind of like a documentary in that sense. Well, it basically is. And so we went onto the track, we got our access, and we did a lot of pre-planning before this, because like things like this, you can't just hope for the best. You have to make sure it works out so that it turns out as best as it can be, and it will, because I've done all the research for it, and all the writing for it, been peer reviewed by some people, and hopefully that gets done pretty soon. And now it's just putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and going on that speedway was something else. I personally never been to like a race like that, and just seeing also people, like so many people my age race, was also like really inspiring, because like, oof, it seems so scary to do that. And that's kind of what we touch upon too, just like how not all of this is just like old people, or like it's people our age, it's people above our age, like who are in their who are past that, and they have inspiring words to say, as I wish I could have those inspiring words to say too, but I'm here to have their words to you. And okay, so stay tuned, February 7th, 2024, and it will be a blast to show you on Amazon Prime.
All right, guys. Well, this last announcement is about Nathan Garcia. So what you guys know of what he does, he's a very educational person. He likes to do stuff. If you watch back at the first episode, he had our little education segment called, I think it was just called an education segment, but we had those in our podcast. We took them out because we realized that some people weren't really interested in listening to those. So we've been talking, and coming in 2024, the Lab channel will be starting. Either that, or we will be continuing on moving the education content into other forms of content with the studio. So if you guys are interested in learning stuff, math, English, look forward to watching all on the Telling Entertainment, or on the YouTube channel, the Telling Lab, coming very soon, 2024. If you want more information, we'll be posting on our blog page on the Telling Entertainment, and you'll be seeing a lot of information coming about the lab. We'll be having videos, shorts, and more content relating to more education content that people may be interested in. But more to that to come. All right, guys. Well, I think we told a lot here. Yeah, Jesse on. This is the first time that we've recorded something with me on it since back in December of last year. Last year with Connor, we posted the latest episode of the Telling podcast. This will be the latest episode of Offline, the Telling podcast, and some other content we have. But this has been a great first Town Hall episode we've had, and more content like this will be shared on the Telling Network, Instagram, and more information will be shared all along our platforms that involve the Telling Net. If you want to follow us, I recommend doing it because it's our best way of knowing who our audience is, age range, demographic. If you're liking the content, like the video or dislike the video. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost us anything. But it tells us if you like the content. If you really don't like the content, be honest. Or you can go review us on IMDb, our partner with all of our reviewing and publishing content. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope that we see you again soon on either the Telling Podcast or many of our other pieces of content. Thank you.